Vegetable juices. Can we paint with that? We're gonna see. Hi, my YouTube people. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this day. We are gonna be painting with vegetable juices. I've never tried it before. It's brand new to me, and that's why we're doing it. Can we paint with it? We're gonna see. I have 4 different juices to try. I have beet juice, which is known for its deep red color and staining qualities. I have carrot juice, which is delicious to drink, full of vitamins, and probably one of my favorite colors ever. Now, if that color translates to the paper, that would be fantastic. I have a gut feeling it's going to turn out much more pale than that, but we'll find out in a minute. I have kale juice, which is a very deep green and smells like I'm holding a garden in my hand. I also have spirulina, and this is something I'm just gonna keep on hand if I need to develop a deeper green color, and I cannot do that with the kale juice. I prefer to stick with those 3 juices and only use this if I have to, and I decided to paint a beet and carrots with our beet and carrot juice. And then we have the green for the greens on those root vegetables. So I am more than excited to start on this, so we're gonna get right to it. Okay friends, we have our quick sketch of our beet and our carrots, and I'm so excited to try painting with these vegetable juices today. So let's do a couple color swatches on the right side of our paper to see if we can build the color up to see what they're gonna look like when they're dry before we start filling in our picture. So we have our beet juice, which is super vibrant. I'm pretty stoked about that. We have our carrot juice, which is like a sherbet orange color on the paper, which is fantastic. I was not even sure if it was gonna be that brilliant. We have our kale juice. Yes. We have this awesome green. That's gonna be fantastic. And I have a feeling we will be able to layer that as well. I'm gonna do a little of the spirulina, and it's an even darker green, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and dry these really quick to see what they're gonna look like, and then we will jump on in. When those green juices get warmed up under the hairdryer, it doesn't smell so wonderful. So look how fantastic this is. We are gonna have so much fun filling in these vegetables. So I'm gonna just, right before we start this, I'm gonna give half of these swatches a second coat to see if we can build that color up, and we'll see how that dries then. Okay, I'm gonna start with the beet here. And beets are super dark in color when you pull them out of the ground. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get that depth of color, but we'll definitely have a beautiful pink beet if nothing else. So I'm gonna just start with kind of a general wash in this area. Now, the color of the beet, that pink, deep red color, does go up into the greens, which is really beautiful. So I'm gonna pull some of this pink up in where the veins of the leaves are. So down in the roots, I do want to give them a little bit more of like a brown or tan tone. So I'm going to drop a little bit of green in with the pink, and together when they dry, it should be a little bit more of a brown-ish hint. I'm also going to do that where I want to build more dimension in the beet. So while that dries, I'm going to head up into the greens and give it kind of the first wash of kale juice. There are our beet leaves. We're gonna let them dry and we're gonna start over here on our carrots. I'm gonna just get rid of a couple pencil lines. Now, as you can see, this carrot juice is pretty pale, so we will definitely have to do a few coats. So I'm just gonna do the first wash here. While that dries, we're gonna start on the carrot greens, and carrot greens are definitely lighter in color than beet greens, so I'm gonna be using a little bit of water with the kale juice to dilute it a little bit, and then we can add in darker later if we need to. I'm not gonna be too particular about the carrot greens. They're kind of smaller leaves and all over the place, and I just want to emulate that. So I'm not gonna try to paint each leaf like I am on the beet. Time for a little dry before we do anything else. I'm gonna go back in on the beet here and start on the second layer to build up that color. It's really raining hard here. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear it or not. I'm gonna put a little bit more green here to build that depth. And that earthiness. Back to our carrot for its second coat. Now I'm going to use a tiny bit of beet juice in the carrot to help build up the dimension. And back to our carrot greens. I'm just going to add a second layer of darker kale juice here to give some depth and dimension. Gonna get a little bit of spirulina in there too, up near the top. We are going to add in a little bit of darker kale juice to give some dimension. I'm not gonna put it all over the leaf because those leaves are very crinkly and I want to emulate that. So not by putting a drip right in the middle of the leaf. Just leaving my brush strokes kind of chunkier and leaving some of the lighter green show through, it will help it look like it's a little bit crinkly. So you have that dimension. We'll probably do this a few times to really build that up. So this leaf is behind this one, so I'm gonna just add more green right on the edge so it gives it that dimension and that shading. I'm not sure which juice I'm smelling more, the kale or the beet. Both of them are extremely earthy smells though. Beets always just kind of tasted like dirt to me, unless they're pickled. Of course, when you add vinegar and sugar to things, it always makes them taste better. I'm gonna go over here and add some detail. This is, you know, layering so nicely where I can have, I made all these colors in here with kale juice. Now up here has a little bit of the spirulina, but very versatile. I'm just gonna keep layering in those areas where it's very dark. I'm still kind of leaving this area a little bit lighter, kind of like a highlight. And see how adding that green in before gave it kind of that earthiness? I need a little bit more of that, and that's gonna help build up more and more of the deep color, rich color that we need. Back over to our carrots. I'm gonna do another full wash of orange carrot juice here. I'm gonna add a little bit of beet juice in again because that was helping me build up some depth. I am loving this so stinking much. Just going to fill in a few of these little white spots. Not all of them though, some of them kind of look like highlights. I'm gonna just add a few more details on the carrot and in the beet, and then we are going to be done. Carrots have a little bit of an earthy tan brown hint to them sometimes, so I'm going to put a little bit of green to emulate that since we don't have brown. If I put a little bit of beet juice in there too, it'll turn a little bit more of a brown color so it doesn't look green. Okay friends, we're gonna call that a day. I am so thrilled with how this turned out. Here it is a little closer for you. So can we paint with vegetable juices? Yes, it was the greatest. So here's our painting from today, and I painted this beet with 100% beet juice, 100% carrot juice, and 100% kale juice. Same for the carrots. Success? I think so. Now, I'm not completely surprised by this because they've been using vegetables to make dyes for years and years and centuries. So I just had never tried it myself, and I'm so excited for the potential this has. That was only 3 vegetable juices. Think about how many colors we could get out of all the different vegetables that exist. So yes, we can totally paint with vegetable juice, and I'm probably gonna keep doing it because I'm seriously blown away by the saturation and the depth of color that I was able to develop from these juices. So thank you so much for joining me today. I just cannot wait for the next one, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video. We'll see you next time.